Hello everyone, Prantik here from RevSportz, and I'm in Birmingham to cover and watch and enjoy the Edgebaston Test match, the fifth Test match of this particular series. But it feels a bit weird to call this a series because most of the matches have been played last year. If you remember, India is up 2-1. India under Kohli could have really written history. Remember, the only time that Team India has won at least 2 Test matches in England was 2021, and prior to that in '86, that's the only time when India has won a series in England. But now we are here to cover the Birmingham Test match at Edgbaston, which is the 5th Test match. But mind you, a lot has changed over the last 12 years. As a society, thankfully, we've sort of had a better grip on how to handle COVID. Remember, last year when the series was sort of called off in the middle, it was because an Indian support staff had, got COVID, unfortunately. But if you look at this year, now there's no more bubble life. During the previous England-New Zealand series, support staff and some players also contracted COVID, but life seemed normal. Unfortunately, as you might have heard, even Rohit Sharma has tested positive and is not going to be playing the Test match. But life moves on, and we are really looking forward to the cricket. But let's talk about what's changed in terms of cricketing approach. Fundamentally, both teams have a new captain, a new coach. And for England, that has worked brilliantly in the last 1 month or so. What's being called the baseball approach. You remember, Brendan has taken over. Ben Stokes is the captain. And if you followed the England-New Zealand series, England has taken a 3-0 lead. And it's not about the win, it's the way they have won. If you followed Bairstow, he's completely rewritten the way Test cricket is being played. And Ben Stokes has gone all out to say that England should be thinking of themselves as entertainers. You're here to entertain, to perform and to win. And that's something Team India will have to watch out for. Now, we've had the good privilege of being at Edgbaston to sort of cover the last few days, looking at the different practice sessions, looking at the press conferences. And I want to give you some quick updates from a Team India perspective, what are we looking at? I think fundamentally, I think something that's very interesting is Jasprit Bumrah. If you saw the previous show where I broke the news, Jasprit Bumrah has been announced as Team India's captain. Now, this is since 1987, India has not had a fast bowling captain. So this is a very interesting move. We know how fierce a competitor Bumrah is, but time's going to tell how does his leadership sort of influence this new unit. Because look at Team India, there's been a lot of instability. KL Rahul unfortunately is not playing. Rohit will not be playing. There are 2 big dilemmas about who's going to open. Cheteshwar Pujara has had a wonderful time in England playing county. He's in good form. But there's some discussions about could he be the opening partner. Could be. I think we've seen footages, as you might see here, that he's been given a lot of time in the nets. The other gentleman is KS Bharat. Rahul Dravid spoken very highly of him, and also in the game against Leicester, he's batted well in both the innings. So that's one dilemma Team India will have to figure out, because the opening combination can be a make or break. The other is who's going to be the bowling combo. We know the 3 fast bowlers who are going to be playing for India. For pretty much sure that they're going to be doing that. That's pretty much certain. But the question is, will Team India go with 2 spinners, Ashwin and Jadeja, or will they go with Lord Thakur? We know how impactful Lord Thakur has been. But I think this is a critical point, because in the last 12 months, the other thing that's changed is the nature of the pitch. You look at the England squad, only 4 players from the 4th Test match will be playing tomorrow. England's announced 11. And Leach is going to be playing. And if you look at the last few matches, the pitches have eased. Spinners have a bigger role to play. So something tells me that India might just go in with 2 spinners. But again, we'll wait and watch. Overall, I think I must say that as an Indian fan, I'm a little worried, because when you're leading a series 2-1, you rather want to go in with the momentum and push for that victory. But unfortunately, 12 months have passed. India's captaincy, Rahul Dravid has had 8 international captains across different formats. So captain instability, the opening combination, the bowling, we have plenty of good options in pace and spin. The question is, who will make it to the playing 11 tomorrow given the conditions? And the other aspect is Edgbaston as a ground. If I look at historically, it's been a very difficult and interesting ground. In 2011, if you remember, England versus India, England scored 7-10. But this is the same ground where South Africa were bundled for 30 as well. So Birmingham has been a bit of a mixed bag. India's record, unfortunately, has been rather forgetful. India has never won a Test match here. At best, we've drawn one in 1986. But England, overall in 53 matches, England has a record of 28 wins, 10 losses and 15 draws. Between 2008 to 2019, England were unbeatable on this ground. But Indian fans can take solace from the fact that since 2019, England has not won a match here. England have lost to New Zealand, England have lost to Australia. So from an Indian fan perspective, I think, yes, we might be a bit concerned, but you know what? The last time India played here, Kohli made a fantastic century, 149. We may not have won it. Sam Curran took that match away from us. England won by 32 runs. But Kohli was absolutely brilliant. Now, Kohli may not be the captain in this game, but I think he has a huge role to play, especially with Rohit and KL not being around. Tomorrow, hopefully, runs start flowing, free-flowing from his bat once again. So I'm really excited. As RevSportz, 4 of us are here, Boria, Trisha, myself. We'll be covering the match, right from day 0. In fact, that's today. And every day, watch out for 4 shows: pre-match, during lunch, tea, and post-match. So we are all here to tell you what's happening behind the scenes, who's likely to play, how are the conditions. And for now, all I'm hoping is the rain gods stay true, and hopefully the showers stay away. Even if there are a bit of showers, hopefully we have a competing game. Hopefully both sides compete hard and we have a strong game. And hopefully, as a fan, hopefully Team India makes it through and wins a historic series. See you later.